video here. Few items here that I want to show you that sold yesterday afternoon. Going out today. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was, let's see. Yesterday was June 13th. And so a few items here I wanted to highlight that I'm shipping out right now. I'm going to get them out, try to get everything out by 12 noon today. But let's see, I also had I started packaging things up last night, and then ended up going to bed. But let's see, what did I get out? Okay, there was I think I showed this in a previous video. Sold rather quickly. It was a G Wolf and Co. Let me get the picture up here. There we go. So it's a little pot, and I hope you guys can see that. I already boxed it up. I wasn't thinking of making a video, but I just decided to go ahead and turn the camera on today. G Wolf and Co. I've sold these before. This is tiny. This is small. If you look at the ruler behind that, only about 2.5 inches in height. I had 2 of them. Picked them up for $1 a piece at a local thrift store, and those sold. Both of them sold to one person for $30 for both, so $15 a piece. So G Wolf and Co. pottery is something to look out for. That sold within about 10 hours of me listing it, and I've sold that before, so I was aware that that is a good brand. The other thing I showed in a previous video is a belt, which is, let's see, the Buffalo nickel belt. That sold in about 1.5 days of me listing it. Or about 2 days, I think. About 2 days. Either way, it sold relatively quickly. And that was, if you guys can see it there, that was that belt there. Had the Buffalo nickels. I don't think they were the real, they were created for the belt. I don't think they were the real Buffalo nickel. So that one I did show in a video, and that sold in about a couple days there. So pretty quick. That sold for $30. And if I remember, that one I picked up for $7. I think it was $7 or $8. If you look back at the video, you'll see. Look back at my video history. You'll see how much I bought it for. And then the flute, a flute I got, that sold for $90. And IKEA lights. Always be on the lookout for IKEA products, because I did sell some IKEA cups just recently, and now I sold this light. There we go. See that? Flower lights. And I think I showed that in a video too. That sold literally next day after posting it. So that one sold. I listed it pretty high because I wasn't really sure. I didn't see any comps on it. I listed it for 100 best offer, and I ended up accepting 40. So I got that for about $11 or so at the Goodwill. Okay, so here are a few items. I haven't boxed these up yet. We'll go ahead and run through these really quick. Things to be on the lookout for. Things that do sell. These are proven sales on eBay. And some of them a little bit longer than others, but, you know, they are sales. And if you have, you know, you got to plan out your store so you have listings that go quick, that sell quick, and you also want to have listings that will be out there that, you know, they may take a little bit longer. But they will sell. And then once you start building up your store, you're going to see like your long-term items, your older items, they're going to start, you know, selling along with some of your newer items. And that way, you know, you just don't have, that way you don't have to be sourcing just every single day, just getting more items in your store because they're selling quickly. So you want to have a good mixture of things that are going to, I wouldn't say sit for a while. I would just say a good mixture of things that are going to be a little bit long-term sellers, a little bit more profit on those that you want to hold out for. And then you want to have a good collection of things that are just going to, you know, sell and move, keep the money flowing in your store. So these ones all here sat for a little bit. These are all a little bit older items in my store, but they did eventually sell. These are Dick Tracy action figures. I got these at the flea market. I probably paid about $1 for each of them. Not for each of them, for the whole lot, because I got a big lot of stuff with these. It says Disney Playmates. So vintage, not a high profit item. These sold for $7.20. So not crazy, but I didn't pay that much for them either. So, and in that bundle already, I know I'm already in the profit on these. So another thing to look out for, this was purchased at the Goodwill. This was purchased for $2.19. It is a planner. It's got like a nice little map, faded map look to it. It is leather, pretty thick. You can see there. And the good thing about this one is the designer, Patricia Nash. Patricia Nash Italian leather. You do want to look out for Patricia Nash. It is a premium brand. Again, this one sat for a little while, but I did eventually get a good price for that. That one was $36. 36 or 46? It's kind of early in the morning for me. Don't quite remember all my numbers here. That one was, no, $46. So $46. So $2.19 into $46 on that one. So Patricia Nash is a brand to look out for. I mean, if I priced it a little bit lower, I probably could have moved it quicker, but I got higher profit on that. Another big Bolo item to look out for, and be careful because you will see a lot of these HP calculators. HP, you'll see them say 12C on them. Now the 12C, I do have some of those. They're not very valuable. You only want to get them for a few bucks. They go for about $15, $20. However, the 11C, which I don't really know why, but makes this almost like the holy grail of calculators, because this one goes for about $100. And mine sold, I mean, it has some condition issues, has some, someone put like a name in there or something. But this one sold for $90. So this is a $90. This one was from the flea market. And when I first saw it, I always take a look at these HPs. I always look for the 11C. And when I saw it there and I saw it was 11C, I snapped it up pretty quick. I did pay up a little bit more for this one. I paid $20. The guy I bought it from, the vendor I bought it from, I don't usually buy stuff at his flea market booth because he does tend to price a lot higher than others. So I will quickly just scan through his stuff, see if there's anything there, because he has about, you rent by the booth. I've sold at that flea market before. You rent by the booth, and he has like 10 booths. So, I mean, he pays a lot in rental, so probably why he has to charge more for his items. But he just has so much stuff, so much. This was $20. All his calculators are $20. He really didn't. When you're at the flea market, these guys just want to move product, move stuff. A lot of them are storage unit buyers, so they're trying to recoup their cost on the storage unit. And yeah, if he would have put it out there for $100, maybe someone would have come by and got it. But at the flea market, $100 for a calculator, that's kind of a hard. You're trying to wait for that right person to come by at a flea market, and this is an item that definitely has to go on eBay in order to get the profit or to get the value that it's worth. So $20 I paid up. That's a lot for me to pay for a single item at the flea market, but I knew what it was. I knew it'd eventually go. Held on to this for about 2.5 months, just about 3 months on this one. But sold for $90, so $70 profit. Well, a little bit less than $7 for the fees. These I picked up at the Goodwill. Big Mouth Bass Billy. And these are all brand new. They were all brand new in the box. I checked them all out. Boxes were a little bit dirty, so I didn't need to clean them up a little bit. But Big Mouth Bass Billy sold. Picked them up for... I was kind of surprised, actually, because they're only priced at $3.19 for each of these. There are 3 of them, so I picked up all 3. And this one went for... I didn't really look at my my sold, how much they sold for. I just kind of pulled all the items off the shelf really quick. $30. So pretty good, pretty good profit on that. And I have 2 more of these. So big mouth bass Billy sold. This one took a little while to sell. This one I've had sitting for again, close to about 3 months on this before the first sale, and I have 3 of these. Not that much as far as not that much cost, on like $3. So not 100. Really worried about it sitting around when I've only paid $3 for it. When I pay $20 for something, then I'm kind of a little bit worried about it just sitting there and not moving. But I paid so little for these items that I have no problem having them sit there and wait to sell. And these were all, I looked all these up before I even made the purchase just to make sure. This one I already knew. This one I knew, but all these other ones, I looked up. I was like, you know what? Are they going to sell? Let me make sure. And sure enough, there were sold comps on all these items. So, well, not all of these. I'll show you a couple right now. Next one, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, button shirts. This one sold. And shirts and stuff, usually, this was Goodwill? No, this is Flea Market. So, I think it was about $1 or $2 on that one. It's hard for me to remember the pricing on the flea market stuff, because when me and my wife go to the flea market, we have regular vendors that we see there all the time, and we buy from all the time. And we know that they're going to have items that we're going to want to sell. And so we just start stacking stuff up in big old bundles, and then we just pay one big price for all that. So kind of hard to gauge how much each individual item is going to cost, but it's very minimal. So maybe $1 or $2 is usually what it comes out to when we're bundling stuff up. Except for like electronics or higher end items, then it's a bit more challenging. I'm sorry, not challenging, but the price kind of goes up if it's electronics for the bundle. This is just a little crystal angel brooch pin. This I got in a giant jewelry lot during Christmas, so back in December. So several months ago. And I've already made my money back on that deal. Hopefully some more orders start coming up, because Christmas in July is coming up. But I got a bunch of bobble bear earrings, a bunch of them, for like $22, and a big like gallon bag, and was stuffed full of these earrings, all brand new. And I got them back in December. I got them only 2 weeks before Christmas, and I already made my money back a few times over already on that deal, because the bobble bear is apparently I didn't know, but it was a really hot brand. It still is, I hope, because I still have more of it sitting around. But this was in that big jewelry sale that we got back in December, and this is just more profit on top of that deal, and it was $6. Accepted an offer for $6 for this little angel. Again, that's going on 6 months. See, it is 6 months because we're in June already. Now this one here had 0 proven sales. Now this comes from experience. Don't buy items if you're just starting out. Don't buy items that have no recent sold comps. If you have a store subscription, then you have access to Terapeak on eBay. Then you can go back I think for the lower end service, you can go back a year, and then if you have the higher tier store, you can go back 2 years in eBay's sold history to find sold comps. Now, I was at the Goodwill when I was buying these. These were $2.19 each. And I can access Terapeak from my phone, but I have to go through the browser. It's not very, it's all, I have to shrink it down. It's not very good on my phone. But no recent sold history, which is recent means within the last 3 months on eBay. But I bought them anyway because they were only $2.19. I got 12 of these. There are 12 of them. One was brand new. And I've already sold through all. I only have, after this, I only have 2 more left. So Stanford Stadium, 1921 to 2005, just a replica of the stadium here. This is the more modern stadium. The other one I also grabbed were the older stadium. I don't live that far from Stanford University. I've been there many times. I know people that go there. And I figure this ought to be a good pickup for a couple bucks. And sure enough, they're selling. I sold several of them for full asking, which was... What was my full asking on that? I accepted an offer on this one of $17 because I've already... I mean, with the first one I sold, I think I made all my... First 2 I sold, or I made all my money back. Yeah, I have them listed for $27 each, so I already made most of my money back on all these. With just the first maybe sale or 2. Because they're only $2.19 a piece, so they're very lightweight, just a little resin thing there. There might have been a giveaway at one of the games or something. But, yeah, $17. So, yeah, be on the... Just because it doesn't have any sold history doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to sell. And I do that with electronics. I can, like this item, I do it with this item. It's just hard to say. It's hard to say, to look at something and no sold history and be like, that's going to sell. I know that's going to sell. Because technically, if there's no sold history, then no one's buying it. No one's out there buying. But this is one of those items where no sold history and it ends up selling. And selling pretty good. And people, people are kind of strange because I have family over in Texas. And I'm born and grew up here in California. And people, around the country, and when I go back to Texas and visit, people like die hard about their schools. From a family from El Paso. And UTEP is like huge, University of Texas El Paso. Huge there. And everybody's like die hard going to games. I mean, they're die hard going back to high school stuff, high school games, and representing their high school. And I don't know, here in California, we don't really care about that stuff. I mean, all my friends, and I grew up here my whole life. I went to college here, everything. And I'm not like, yeah, hey, I went to, San Jose State, whatever. I mean, I don't go back to San Jose State, really. I mean, it's in the middle of the city, so, I drive by it sometimes. But, we're not as, like, hardcore, I went here. I mean, I have friends that went to Stanford, and, Santa Clara is another big university over here. And, they're not like, oh, Stanford, yeah, they go visit from time to time, but they're not representing, their college all the time. I've been to a few games over at Stanford. And it's pretty cool. I mean, they sell all the gear around here just because, that's where, we're local. So, but we're just not as, I don't know. I feel like Californians just aren't as devoted to what schools they went to as other people around the country. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but people around, my friends and all that, and we all went to different colleges, and we're not, die hard, decked out in all college gear. But when I go to Texas, everybody's like just decked out in their old high school gear. They're watching high school games on TV. Everything's televised. I'm like, what? Like, where's everybody going? Like, some of my relatives, they still go to, like, the homecoming. They dress up, and I'm like, they're older. My uncles and aunts, they're like, 50s, 60s, and they're still going like to the homecoming games and everything. I'm like, huh? I haven't been back to my high school in, shoot, I haven't even gone to as soon as I was out of high school, I wasn't even, I hadn't gone back to a game. Either way, I don't know, just my thoughts on that. But just because something doesn't have sold history doesn't mean it's not going to sell on eBay. However, if you're just starting out, just getting your store going, trying to get some traction, you see something cool, you see there's no sales history, there's nothing listed, You know, just if it's cheap, like a couple bucks, yeah, you can test it out. You know, just see what what works, what doesn't work. Because there's always somebody like you out there in the world that may see that item and be like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." You know, it's just another way of thinking of trying to sell stuff on eBay. Is you're not, we're all unique in this world, but there's people with similar tastes and similar, desires and similar wants, and so we're like, hey, I like that pin. There's somebody else somewhere else. It's like, hey, I like that pin, and hopefully they're on eBay and buying it. But these are a few sales here. I'm gonna get these boxed up, get these out of here today. I am gonna go to a Goodwill. I messaged a friend of mine. I do have a friend. I'm not. I do have a friend. I was like, hey, I picked up something in your store yesterday, and it was a Bowflex thing. I got it for my son. It was a Bowflex, the adjustable weight dumbbells, and I didn't realize. I wasn't really reading the box, I guess. It was super heavy. I didn't realize that only one dumbbell came in the box. And so I'm going to go back and pick up the other one. Good price. One of the Goodwills I go to, they price them very well there. I mean, they are aggressive at moving products through their store. We're coming up to the 4th of July, so they tend to, when there's sales, they tend to price things up a little bit. But they regularly price things really well at their store. I do know the manager there, and he gets through product quick. His shelves are always pretty good as far as turning over, keeping stuff fresh and new, and he prices so that way everything sells. That's the whole name of the game: pricing things so they sell. Making them appealing, keeping people coming back in to try to sell items. They're reselling too. They're getting items for nothing and trying to resell them, trying to price them so they can resell them and make money. One of the biggest misconceptions of Goodwill is that, well, again, I don't think it's a misconception, but they help those people who who are in need. And yeah, they do help people who are in need as far as the items they're selling and the prices that they're offering. But I mean, who needs, if someone's in need, I mean, who wants a Stanford, a Stanford stadium replica? Obviously people that are in need clothing, they need, personal products, and, Goodwill offers all these stuff at better prices than Target. I mean, I got diabetic socks the other day because I don't like the I'm not diabetic, but I don't like that regular socks are so tight, like around the ankle, and I can never find good socks that fit loosely around the ankle. So I have to buy diabetic socks so they're not so tight on my ankles. And I get them there for like $3, $3 a pair, sometimes less than that, $2-3 for the diabetic socks. But if I go over to like Walmart, they're like $15 for a pair or 2 pairs. So I mean, I think that's a little outrageous. I mean, especially for people that really need this stuff, people that really need these products, and places like Walmart and Target just upcharge. And Goodwill offers reduced prices on, and a lot of this stuff is brand new, so a lot of brand new stuff or lightly used. But the Goodwill is there to make money, and they're there to make money to pursue their mission. And you can ask them when you're there. You can ask them what their mission is. What are they supporting? And sometimes they change. I think right now they're supporting. I saw the tag by the cash register, and I think it's helping disabled veterans find jobs or retraining. But you can always ask them at your good. Every Goodwill is different, and they have that's the money that they're earning. Because Goodwills are not for profit. The money that they're earning is going towards their mission. And then they'll sometimes ask you, do you want to round up? Do you want to donate, round up? And I always accept that. I mean, it's a few cents, and it's going to a good cause, and the Goodwill's helping us out. I'm selling there. I'm buying their items for, as low as I can and reselling it. So they're helping me. I'm helping them by buying items off their shelves. How many people are going to come by and know that, Patricia Nash is going to be a good seller on eBay. This could have been sitting on the shelves and then, who knows, gone to a Goodwill's bins and then eventually out to an outlet if no one bought it. But I'm buying it, putting it up on eBay, and finding a good home for it. That's the way I look at it. So, I don't know, a little bit of my philosophy, I guess, or my explanation as to what I do. Sounded like Kramer there for those of you who watch Seinfeld. Either way, I got to get these items out. I got to get these out by 12. I got to get over to Goodwill because I told my friend I'm going to be over there to buy the other Bowflex, and also probably look. I want to stop at I'm not going to stop at a store right away because I did that yesterday, so I kind of went through all the shelves, picked up some items already, which I was going to shoot a video on it, but it's not very exciting stuff. It's what did I get over here? Like, picked up a bunch of these. In case they're $3 a pop, so they'll go for like $10, maybe $12 each. Over time. Not exciting. So I just want to show you guys, well, I mean, hey, if you get this cheap, $1, $2, brand new from Target. Originally at Target they sold for $10, but they are going for around $10 to $12, depending upon what the subject matter is. But home decor, everybody's always decorating their houses. My wife took one as soon as I brought it home. She took this those succulents. Everybody likes succulents. So I mean, she took that as soon as I brought it home, and she was like, "Oh, put that in a little bowl we had just sitting on the middle of our coffee table." So, but I picked up 15 boxes of those. Let's say $10 a box. I did price up the succulents a little bit just because succulents are more of a premium. But $10 a box times 15 is $150. I spent $3 on each, so that is what is that? $45. So about $100, in profit on those items. It was only there for about an hour maybe. So I got several other things. I got some BMW mats and car mats and some silverware, which I'll go over the silverware in another video too. Either way, guys, I'm checking out. I'm getting out of here. I got to get this out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.